Ooh, what a burp!
Ooh, that one smelled. That one smelled nice. Hello, welcome to episode 368. I'm your host Jackson. I'm surrounded by friends and colleagues and workmates and other things. Andrew, Charlie, Kaya. We're all here. We're all here. Someone burped. Who burped? Who was it?
Who do you think burped?
I don't know.
Me. I burp all the time.
How did it smell?
Why are you acting like your burps are that identifiable through the airwaves? Like
They should be by now. I burp all the time.
Actually, they kind of are.
I guess because you burp so much, yeah. But still, it was, I don't know. I thought someone was just excited, maybe. Anyway, what do we got on the docket today?
So much has happened this week. Insomniac got hacked.
Yes,
They
it
did,
did.
Yeah.
Take that, Insomniac, you fucking idiots.
Did you want to talk about it, Jackson?
It was the biggest hack I've ever seen. One of the most impressive hacks I've ever seen. One of the saddest hacks I've ever seen because their entire next for the developers,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. But it's like the next 12 years of their fucking company's history is now public as well. Well, okay, so Kaya, what's sad? What's the most sad about this hack is that I'm pretty sure like employee details were leaked as well, like what do you call them? Social security shit.
Yeah.
So that is sad.
This has been happening to a lot of companies for the first time, I think, to a video game company where a company got hacked by ransomers, I guess you would call them, who demanded, what was it, $2 or $3 million or something? A very little amount. But the company did, the hackers did demand a bunch of money. Pay us money or we will leak your data files and all of your timeline.
It was it's like 2 terabytes of data that they had stolen.
Yeah, 2 terabytes of data, but it wasn't that interesting. It was just like 2040 Wolverine 2.
Not interesting to you, but
Yeah,
come
not
on.
interesting to you, but the rest of people who care about their games, it was very interesting to them and took a lot of wind out of the sails, and now their game is being judged super harshly on very early footage.
When it's very clearly not even close to finish.
Kai, you can make your argument. I know what your argument is going to be. Superhero Slop 63 is coming out, but Insomniac
64, Jackson. That would have been such a better reference. You were this close.
Damn it, you're right.
Come on, man.
Fuck, one off. But no, so yeah, I get your point for your individual preferences, but Insomniac, Spider-Man 2 like broke records, I think, or at least the first Spider-Man game did. People clearly like their games, and people are clearly excited about what's coming out, especially like Wolverine and X-Men and stuff like that. And then to have the entire release schedule posted up, as well as like financial details, as well as like full gameplay videos. Well. Vertical slices, so in development gameplay stuff, which is I do see what Charlie's saying, where people are like insulting the game and saying, "Oh, this doesn't even look finished." Well, no shit, it's an in-development build from like 3 years before release. Like it is obviously not finished. What are you smoking?
Gamers
People are like,
stupid.
"Oh, I'm not going to pre-order this."
Let's just say it. Gamers are stupid. Let's just call it as it is.
It's
They're
just
just
people
dumb.
are stupid.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Which is you can't even win in this scenario. Even if you pay the ransom, they're still gonna release it.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. You don't negotiate with terrorists or whatever.
Yeah, and then you lose all your stuff to the internet. Yeah.
They're not going to honor their word. It's a bunch of hackers. But why did you get hacked so easily in the first place?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a security flaw. That's something that someone's going to have to take responsibility within Insomniac for this happening. But I don't think there's ever like any impenetrable defense, right?
No,
It's like an
there
arms
never
race.
is.
No. So it's case by case. My brother's a system administrator and has been at a bunch of different companies and for a long time. And he's dealt with ransomware throughout the years. And he says it's just kind of case by case. Sometimes you pay it and they actually just go away. Other times they clearly are not going to go away and there's just no reason to pay it and you just have to start again. Sometimes you wipe the whole system and then they have good backups and they just live from there. It's kind of just, up in the air, case by case, what to do.
Yeah, case by case. How do they determine which ones to pay and which ones not to pay then? I would have just assumed it was a blanket don't pay anyone because it encourages it.
I think you mostly do want to consider paying if it seems viable because it's the quickest option. I mean, the hackers just want money for the most part. With Insomniac, there's a good chance it was personal, like, oh, fuck you, Insomniac, we're going to put your games on the internet and be leakers and heroes. But with a lot of other companies, like medical staff or other shit like that, they don't really care about the data, they just want the money. So it would make sense to just pay them and have it go away.
What do you mean personal?
The whole point for not paying terrorists or whatever is because there's no honor with them. Like, if you pay them, they've still got the files and they can just say, pay us again. That's the main reason why people don't pay.
But let's look at it from like a prisoner's dilemma. If your files are locked away and it says pay us money and you'll get them back, if you don't pay, you'll never get them back. If you do, there's a chance you'll get them back. And if you work for a giant company that has a ton of money and doesn't care about like $400,000, you may as well just do it. You know?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the full gameplay videos, like in development gameplay videos released of Wolverine and stuff like that. It looks about what you would imagine from an Insomniac Wolverine game.
Boring.
For you, yeah.
No, T2.
There was one element that I don't know, annoyed me. It was like, you know how in the Spider-Man games they have the stealth sections, the mandatory
they're terrible
sections.
They're goddamn bad.
It was taken from Arkham. I was like, so they're in Spider-Man, and I was like, all right, but this, I guess I can rationalize it, fine. But they're in Wolverine as well, and I'm like, is Wolverine really a stealth character? Do you imagine him like hiding in bushes and jumping
but
out?
No. X-Men 2, he did have like a stealth scene in the movies.
So Wolverine's entire shtick and gimmick as a character, his literal catchphrase is, what I do ain't pretty. Like, he's all about getting in there and just tearing people to shreds and cutting them in half and being a goddamn animal. His name is Wolverine. That's his point.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a tank. He's like, he's invincible and all that shit. He's like got fucking blades for arms.
Yeah, he stabs people.
Yeah.
And then I look at the gameplay video, again, in development. I'm sure there will be a stealth element in the final game because Insomniac seems to really enjoy doing that.
So I was just going to comment on how there's a reason that those other characters stealth. Like, Batman is a man. You shoot Batman in the head, he's dead. He has to stealth around. He's got gadgets. He works in the darkness and the night. That's his whole thing. Spider-Man is kind of like a creepy, crawly trickster fighter. Like, he's always moving around, jumping around, being agile. And if he's
webbing
stealthing,
people up, yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, if he's stealthing, he can utilize a lot of his skill set. Wolverine stealthing, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it doesn't work with his character or his moveset at all in any way. It's just stupid.
Wolverine get shot in the skull in one of the movies.
Yeah, and he doesn't care because he has regenerative healing. Yeah. Wolverine stealthing is pointless. It's just going to slow him down.
He has claws and he stabs.
Yeah, that's Wolverine. That's what we're saying.
I mean, and the reason it's stupid is because if they turn around and go, it's Wolverine, get him, and they shoot him, he's just going to heal.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
He doesn't care. That's the point.
So in that point where you're playing a stealth game, let's say, and the fail state of failing the stealth, like you're detected, is actually quicker than just slowly walking around stealth killing people. Like, so that dude turns around and sees you, and then you just mow them all down with your fucking blade arms or whatever, blade hands, really quickly, and take no damage in the process. Like, why would you ever stealth? I don't get it.
A Wolverine game should be like Devil May Cry. It should have like different options for combat styles. I don't know. Figure something out to give him different weapons, like a beat 'em up. Yeah, make a beat 'em up. Make a Yakuza game with Wolverine. Like, that's the kind of game you want to make.
What?
I don't think that would go super well. I like the Devil May Cry angle much more. A hack and slash.
By Yakuza, I just mean like an open world, find random dudes and beat them up game.
Yeah.
Why would Wolverine be doing that?
I don't know. You can figure out a story reason. Hey, you could have a story
where... makes more sense than him sneaking around.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
You could have a story where like, Wolverine shows up.
I hope nobody shoots me.
Yeah, put Wolverine in Tokyo and he's like, I have to take down the Kaiketsu Zubat, and like he has to fight his way through the Yakuza. I don't know, something like, I'd rather play that than this stealth game, okay? How about that?
Well, it's not a stealth game. It just has a stealth element.
I know. I'd rather not have stealth elements in a Wolverine game, though. It just feels lame.
It's like indicative of these open world games, paint by numbers thing, where it's like mandatory that they have to have certain elements for them to be considered a game.
Yeah.
And like those stealth aspects seem like one of the core elements now in a lot of these games. I guess in Spider-Man, I played Spider-Man 2. They were in there as well, the stealth elements, and at least they weren't mandatory. Like you could do them. You could stealth a room out, but you could also just hop down and like beat him up as Spider-Man easily, and there was no real like penalty. But at that point, I'm like, well, why is it there? Like, why does this exist? I don't understand why they built that. It still
makes more sense for a character like Spider-Man, who's like, it's always a skinny guy playing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
So being clever, sneaking around, it kind of makes sense for Spider-Man, but Wolverine...
Well, yeah.
Well, in the Spider-Man games, it was purely for dopamine push-button response, because the stealth in those games had a literal, you're safe, execute, takedown now meter, and it just was... I hated it. I thought it was boring as fuck, but I get why they put it in there, you know?
I really don't like it. It was in Spider-Man 2 as well. It was so trivial. There was like no engagement on my level. Like you could create a web above enemies, and then you look at them and it tells you exactly when they're safe to take down, and no one will notice. Like there's a fucking little symbol above their heads that lets you know that they're
defeats
safe.
the whole purpose of the stealth section.
Yeah, I'm like, how is this fun? How is this like engaging? I'm just pressing a button when I see that it's okay to press a button. It's boring.
I've got the big hot take, and people have hounded me on this for 5 years now and running, that I think the Marvel Spider-Man games are bad. They are just boring and really, really basic design wrapped in a pretty world. Like the Mary Jane sections in the first Marvel Spider-Man game, holy shit. Forced walking followed by pictures you don't even have to take. Because I remember they were like, oh, take a photograph of this artifact. And I took a photograph of the floor, and she was like, got it. Now to get out of here. Like, they're just bad. They're just not good games. They're Marvel movies with light gameplay elements.
I thought you liked the first game. I thought you liked
No, I got halfway through and was so bored I turned it off. It just felt like a worse Arkham game, like a Marvel movie Arkham game, which is not a good thing.
So are all superhero games just clones of Arkham?
Yeah.
Not really.
Not necessarily, but it's also not a bad thing, because Arkham knew how to do it right. They knew how to really balance the beating and the stealthing and all that shit. They were great.
Aren't they forcing every hero into the Batman mold?
I don't know.
Again, why does Wolverine have stealth? Why does he here and then there's like a silhouette of him?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good point.
I think Arkham was very like, you know, instrumental in shaping what superhero games would become, but I don't think they're all clones of Arkham at the same time. But also I can't think of any other fucking superhero games other than the Avengers, which was a live service shit fest, and then Spider-Man.
What Spider-Man did that was really revolutionary for the gameplay is you could stop criminals' cars, and while you did that, you had to mash triangle. And if you successfully mashed it, Spider-Man would stop the car and look all cool. And if you didn't successfully mash it, he would stop the car and not look as cool. And it made literally no difference to anything whatsoever. And you do that throughout the whole game. I hate those fucking games. I think they're immensely overrated.
Yeah, you are going to get shit. I think they're fine. I think they're...
It's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. They're not good.
Well, your opinion is a bad one.
True. I should feel bad for my opinions.
You got a cringe thought there on your taste and you're going to pay the piper.
It'll take.
I'm going to be sued. I'm going to pay a fine. Oh, man. Yeah. Although, let's comment on that.
I like them.
Let's comment on that, though, because I've got the Insomniac Games Wikipedia page pulled up, and I personally find this leak kind of disappointing. Not just because the Wolverine game, stealth, whatever, but just the fact that it seems their plan for the near future is all superhero and Marvel games, when back in the past, they made Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, which is still going, to be fair, and Resistance.
Well, Resistance is never coming back.
I know, and I hate that, because Resistance was great and Spyro was great, and they're just both kind of gone now.
Spyro was so... Wait, whoa, do you disagree that Spyro was great?
For Resistance. Resistance was okay for its time. Have you looked at it or played in the last, like, 10 years, maybe? Probably not.
You might be right, but that doesn't mean we can't bring a. Well, we can't. You know, we can always make a new one. We can always bring a modern one, and I like the idea of it.
No, I agree. It was a cool idea, but like I remember playing Resistance 2 when it came out, and I was like, "Ooh, this actually isn't even that good." Resistance 1 was pretty good for its time, but it started to really lose its luster.
So that I can totally give you. I only played the first one, but I did remember liking the first one a lot. So it might have gotten stinky, but still, I don't know. I'm more commenting on, I don't want them to just recycle Marvel movie stuff into Marvel movie game. I'd rather they make their own properties, because I really, really liked Ratchet and Clank and all that other shit.
Too bad.
Yeah. I can tell you why. So, do we all remember Sunset Overdrive?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I do.
That game on the Xbox One. It was actually good. I enjoyed it. It was really. I thought it was really fun. But regardless, Sunset Overdrive, their first new IP, took a lot of investment and stuff like that, especially from Microsoft. They took money from Microsoft for it. Microsoft was going to buy them out because of it. But yeah, so they released Sunset Overdrive. To this date, it's only made $567 in profit. We found that out from the leaks.
Oh no.
So 13 years later, they have made $567 profit. They finally broke even. So that's why they don't. That's no, it's in the leaks. It's absolutely true. So $567, pretty good.
Wow.
How much do they make from the Spider-Man games? Probably like $100 million in profit per game.
I like the part where when the Spider-Man games didn't win at the Game of the Year awards, most people were really, really angry about it on Twitter, and they would post, "Look at this game and tell me it deserves to win an award," and they literally just post cutscenes with zero gameplay in them whatsoever.
Yeah, of a Marvel movie.
I know.
It looks pretty, but it's just a movie.
It's a movie. It is. Thank you.
This is just a Marvel movie.
Okay, I'll defend them a little bit. The cutscenes are cool. I really enjoy the cutscenes in those games, and it's not like. Well, they're the hypest moments, but there's still gameplay in those games. You still do.
Yeah, I don't really understand that critique at all. Like, since when do we not like cutscenes? Like, I don't know when that became bad.
When they become the majority of the game and overshadow the gameplay.
Isn't one of your favorite games Metal Gear Solid 4?
We had this exact discussion on the show. The cutscenes are not the gameplay; they're separated, and the gameplay has more depth than anything.
But it's still majority. The experience of Metal Gear 4 is still majority cutscenes. That was one of the major critiques.
4 is when it gets a little much. I think I definitely like the first 3 more than 4. And I will admit 4 is pretty cutscene heavy. But still, the amount of things you can do during the game is insane and varied.
I'll do one that you can't really make an argument for. Yakuza. The entire first hour and a half is a cutscene in pretty much every Yakuza game.
That is true.
Yeah, he's right.
But the difference is those games are about 80 to 100 hours long, and it's all gameplay after that. Whereas the Marvel games are what, 12 hours? Not even. They're like 6.
Well, no, it's like 8 to 12. But yeah, I understand. Like if you're going by length of time, like the percentage of cutscenes is probably higher in Spider-Man versus Yakuza.
Yeah.
And Yakuza has more varied gameplay as well.
Nobody shares videos of Spider-Man fighting people of that game. At least I haven't seen any
They do. You just don't. You know, they absolutely do. There's like really cool. I mean, I don't know. There's fucking videos out there though. People do enjoy the game aspect of these games.
The number one thread that you guys, well, I guess not the number one thread you're referencing, but during this whole hoopla, one of the biggest threads was comparing Baldur's Gate gameplay to Spider-Man gameplay, showcasing Spider-Man gameplay versus turn-based and how it doesn't make sense Baldur's won over the Spider-Man game, considering the gameplay was so much better in Spider-Man, was the argument. So people do share the gameplay from it pretty often.
Yeah, the whole point was, in Baldur's Gate, you actually play the game. Sorry, just saying, like, when people defend that game, all they have is cutscenes.
They don't though. People enjoy the actual games as well.
I don't know what else
I mean, they do. I agree with you, Kaya, haven't seen it. Andrew. Wait, well, go look. I don't know. What's your argument? They haven't delivered it directly to you.
Did you look with your eyes open instead of closed, Kaya?
It's Spidey's defense, I did not.
You guys do have a valid point. You absolutely do have a valid point that people do enjoy the gameplay and they do get into it. I just remember from playing the game, the gameplay was very unsatisfying and too shallow for my liking. It all just felt like...
That's totally fair.
It just felt like the systems were done better in Arkham 8 years prior, and the game was just kind of there to go, look, we made a Marvel movie. And it just didn't work for me. That's the biggest thing.
And again, I agree with your initial points that, like, during the Game Awards, when people were complaining that Baldur's Gate 3 won, when Spider-Man 2 exists, and then they would only post pictures or videos of cutscenes, I thought that was incredibly stupid and funny.
Right.
But, like, I still think that there is more to those games than just the cutscenes as well, and I think people enjoy them for more than just the cutscenes. But the cutscenes are like the cherry on the top. They're the kind of like the epic moments after you play the gameplay and get to a pivotal moment.
But it doesn't feel like the cherry on top. It just feels like, oh, this is what we're bragging about, where the big sand guy is throwing the Spider-Man around through a building.
Well, because they're so eye-catching and spectacular, right?
Kaya hit the nail on the head. The cutscenes that look cool are not the cherry on top to winning a good fight. It's the other way around for those games. The actual Sunday is all the cutscenes, and the cherry on top is, oh, I get to play this part now. Oh, I get to do this fight instead of watching it. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I would always prefer playable cutscenes, like some way to interact during cutscenes.
Yeah.
Or these big spectacle moments. Like, what would you prefer, right? You guys remember Shadow of the Colossus, I assume. Would you rather a cutscene of taking down the Colossus?
Press X to kill Colossus.
Would you rather, like, actually, like, doing the epic thing and climbing them and killing them?
Right.
Yeah.
So what I will give those games, what I do remember liking, is the writing was pretty good. The J. Jonah Jameson podcasts I thought were very funny. And I liked the little character moments in the game. That was fine. I didn't have a problem with any of that.
They kind of ruined it in the second game.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't just have the J. Jonah Jameson podcast anymore. In Miles Morales, they introduced another podcaster who's basically kind of like us, except, I mean, all right, so she's like a purple-haired woman who fights. Yeah, she's got purple hair. She's like the kind of stereotypical, I don't want to use social justice warrior, but she kind of is that kind of character. And in Spider-Man 2, she's the main podcaster. I think you could swap back to Jonah Jameson, but like she's one of the main ones.
Oh no!
And after every mission, she'd pop up and start talking about how we're doing so much good and how there's so much injustice in the world, all that kind of stuff. And it made me hate finishing missions. I had to find a way to turn it off. It was so annoying. It was because it wasn't like the messages or anything, like her message. It was more just how she was so arrogant. She was talking down so much. I felt like it was insufferable. I hated that. That was my least favorite part of the game. But yeah, other than that, I like Spider-Man games. I think they're fun.
That's valid, Jackson. You're a valid person with valid opinions, unlike me.
Thank you. But what about your opinions on beds? I know they're pretty good.
Ah, yes. My classic bed opinion rant. Everyone loves this bit. They post clips of it all the time on social media. It's when I stop the whole show to talk about Helix. Good old Helix Sleep and their mattresses. I'm going to drop the script for a minute here. I'm going to tell you a no bullshit, no actual joking around thing. My Christmas gift to my father-in-law, or my girlfriend's dad, was to buy him a new mattress because his was old and falling apart.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I already gave it to him. I wanted to make sure it got there before Christmas. But his was old and falling apart and not great. And I went, oh, that's a perfect opportunity. I picked Helix. I bought him the Helix Midnight with a frame, and it came with sheets and 2 pillows. And I got to try it out. I helped him set it up, and I got to try it out and sleep on it, and it was fucking awesome. It's just super, super good. For a mattress that gets delivered to your door so you don't have to, like, go to a store, pick it out, have it shipped, all this garbage. It was extremely comfortable. It was a super good deal. I don't know how to be more candid and genuine and real with you. This actually happened this last weekend, and it was well worth the price, in my opinion. But I'll talk to you about some other parts of Helix Sleep if I have to convince you. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders plus a free bedroom bundle using code Helix Partner 25. this time. Ah, look at that. So the code is different, but we got the same URL. They tripped it up on me for the holidays. They've got tons of different mattresses. You can pick out the kind that you want. I kind of went for what I believe to be the standard in the middle mattress, like the general one. It's called the Midnight, but they've got like 6 different ones out there right now for all these different types and preferences, hard, soft, etc. So don't be intimidated by thinking there's just one choice out there. You have to get just one kind of mattress. Let's see here. Helix mattresses do not contain fiberglass like a lot of mattresses do. It can be harmful to your health. They own their whole manufacturing facility, meaning that their products are going to be nice and well processed. They've also got a high-end collection now, the Helix Elite. If you're a big bucks earner with all the cash to spend, they use their mattresses in all of their own employees. Oh man, there's just so much to talk about. If you're nervous about buying one online, they also have the Helix Sleep Quiz that will take your individual preferences into account and find the perfect match for you. 12,000 5-star reviews. You get the point. It's just a great idea. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and a free bedroom bundle for our listeners in honor of Black Friday as well as the holidays. We're a little late on Black Friday, but we'll say the holidays. The bundle includes 2 free pillows as well as a set of sheets and a mattress protector, and I can confirm that the one I got came with that. Go to helixsleep.com/official, but use the code HelixPartner25. This is their best offer yet and will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. So just one more time, it's helixsleep.com/official. But the code is HelixPartner25. I recommend it.
Nice. I recommend going and taking their sleep quiz.
Yes.
It's like a
fun
dating. It's a dating service for your bed, basically.
It has more gameplay than Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that should have been Game of the Year, the Helix Sleep Quiz.
The amount of people who are just going to, like, belligerent me for my opinion, that's going to be good. It's going to be a fun time.
What's the lesson there, Andrew? Stop having opinions.
God, you're right. I'm sorry.
Or have the right opinions.
Oh, that's also correct. Charlie's always correct. That's right. That's right.
Stop thinking like yourself.
Yeah, stop saying my opinions out loud. I should keep them to myself forever so no one hears them.
Be honest, guys. Have you guys ever stopped being friends with someone for their opinions?
I
think there's a point where it's okay, like if the opinions are genuinely like something you really disagree with. Like I mean, I'm going to the deep end here, but if someone was like genuinely racist and held racist opinions, stuff like that, then yeah, I think that's valid. But like, if you break up with your friendship because Andrew likes or doesn't like Spider-Man, like
good riddance.
Yeah, that's like
such a massive shift.
Very different from what you're like. If somebody was a very ardent defender of child molesting or something, that's very different from just liking a video game you don't like.
Yeah, I don't think I've never had a friend that had this dark side to them that I had to cut them off for.
Maybe when I was a little kid, like in elementary school, I did, but beyond that, I can't. No, probably not.
Yeah.
Why, Jackson? You got something to say?
Yeah, I'm breaking up with you, Andrew. Those Spider-Man opinions were trash.
But I like Lego.
No, okay, I'm back in.
Yeah.
The reason why was because I always see comments online why are they friends with X, or why are you friends with like Y? He doesn't like X. Like his opinion is different than yours. I couldn't imagine ever being friends with Andrew. He doesn't like Spider-Man, or he hates Skyrim or whatever. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, you have to be like 15.
Yeah, the internet makes you a cookie cutter of who you are. It's the surface level that you only see. People don't know what we're like as people. They only know us based on our tastes and opinion on fucking trending issues and shit. So they use that as a basis of this is what they're like as a person. And then they hate on that.
But I don't like being around people who agree with me. Mostly because my opinions are fucking stupid, but also because like disagreements with people you respect and like are fun. That's how you like change and grow and learn different perspectives.
Well, most people don't see it that way anymore.
Yeah, no.
But yeah.
I mean, look at fucking social
where's
media.
this coming from, Jackson?
I just think we're on different wavelengths, Kai. I think I think we need to wrap this up.
No, I mean, has somebody told you that you need to break up with somebody recently?
No. I just see the comments online. We all see them, right? You see that kind of behavior pervade throughout internet spaces, where if you don't conform to the exact same opinion as everyone else in that circle, you are immediately crucified, and there's blood in the water at that point. Like, you need to have the same opinion.
Yeah.
It's like the most important thing to surviving online currently is having the same opinion.
That's where I was going with that. There's no debate on the larger internet anymore. It's just big groups yelling at each other the same things, and if you try to get in there, you're fucked.
There's debate, but it's more like ideological debates between groups that will not change.
Yeah, it's not proper debate, it's discourse. It's just yelling your opinion louder and seeing how many people. I mean, look at the way that people solve arguments on social media. They go, here's my opinion, ratio. Their opinion, whether it's good or not, their only basis for if it's strong is how many people like it, not whether it's a well-crafted argument or a better idea.
Ratio plus L plus common.
Exactly.
Fill in the blank L, and
it's worthless. It's completely and utterly worthless, because you could have a guy who's responding to a debate and say, well, I like eating poop, ratio, and if thousands of people like it, well, I guess he's right.
Yeah, he's got the right opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the correct opinion. Now, obviously, that's a joke, but think how many things that applies to that it's not a joke, you know?
Can we attempt to do that? Can we make a burner account and post "I like poop" and see how much likes it gets? Try to get it into the social consciousness.
We do have an account. You can try. I don't know if you're going to succeed, but
yeah, that one's a little too egregious.
Well, okay. Hypothetical experiment. If we go along with the poop experiment, we make a whole bunch of different burners and then just upvote them and like them and like comment saying, "Oh yeah, I like poop too." Below, and then just see if anyone is convinced or tricked into also liking poop at that point.
Why are we shit eaters?
Yeah, I don't know why we have to do shit eating. We could easily do something else.
I don't know why you wouldn't eat shit. I mean, come on, guys. L ratio. Well, we have to start slow, too. We can't just bombard them that. We have to start like, I have a controversial hot take. I don't think eating poop is that bad, or something like that. Ease them in, you know?
Yeah, and then make a bunch of burners and reply to it going, oh yeah, you make some compelling points. I kind of agree.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
And then when anyone
I know what we do.
Actually
I know what we do. We have to get the youth vote. So we post on the first account something like, I've been thinking about this and I have to say it. Eating poop's not that bad. And we have to post a reaction image of Walter White from Breaking Bad and it says, wait, let him cook. And then people will listen.
That is integral.
Yeah, that's how you get them.
Yeah, I agree.
It's great.
Oh, man, so
speaking of poop.
No, wait.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
There was a reason. Because friend of the show.
I had a topic related to poop. It's a coincidence, but please, Jackson, continue.
Yeah, let Andrew cook.
We'll get back to poop. But I wanted to explain why. It was because, like, so Wendigoon, friend of the show, recently got cancelled online
for
to some degree.
Poop?
Like, people were out to get him. Not cancelled, but like there was
two posts.
Yeah, but they had likes. They had people agreeing with them. It was like this little bubble.
Literally,
no, come on.
You take anything popular and say it's actually shit and they're a bad person, and it will get likes no matter what.
So you're defending them. Interesting.
Well, no, it's just that he wasn't getting canceled. He got two fucking freaks.
There was an attempt to cancel him. Would you say that?
No, it was literally just playing the popular thing bad, here bad.
At least give the backstory of why were people trying to cancel one.
Yeah, explain this whole thing.
Okay, so people were up in arms, if cancel is too strict of a term. People were up in arms on Twitter about him being a Christian.
Oh, no.
That's it.
That son of a bitch.
They went harder than that. It was like not only Christian, but they called him an incel, even though he has a wife.
Oh, God. Boom.
He's literally the nicest person alive. Like, he is so friendly.
Which is why it got
warm.
likes, because he's popular and it's controversial.
It's jealousy. It's just pure and simple jealousy. That's all it ever is.
No, I believe that these people actually think that because he's a Christian and because he likes guns, then he's evil. That's it.
Because they're 14 and they don't go outside. They don't meet these people in real life. If you knew every secret about every person around you, you'd never go outside again. Everyone does stuff you don't agree with.
Personally, I think incel terrorist Wendigoon is a nice guy. I think we all agree on this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's what annoyed me. So I made a little tweet like glazing him a little bit, saying that he's a super nice dude and this is fucking stupid. And also somehow they're actually the ones that are being bigoted because they're being bigoted against Christians, which is a thing. Like they were calling him bigots, but they were being bigots, which was hilarious. And then so I made that tweet and someone replied saying, "You just like him because he's nice to you," or something like that.
Wow, what a hot take.
I like people that are nice. What's your fucking point?
That's crazy. I like my friend who's nice to me. That's fucked up, man.
It was like, you got me. I like people that are nice.
Good
Wild.
Lord. It's all jealousy, man. It's just all people who want what they have or don't. They look at his career and they go, he's getting millions of views on his stuff. He's blowing up like crazy, but he's a gun lover and I'm anti-gun. That's not right. Oh, but he's Christian and I'm anti-religious. So he shouldn't get that fame. He doesn't deserve those views. And then it just leads into genuine hate. That's all it is.
But okay, so that's another point though. I'm not Christian. I don't subscribe to any faith, and I also don't like guns. I still like Wendigoon. He's still nice to me. We're still friends.
Well, you also you're not poisoned by the online ecosystem where you think anyone that has a different opinion is evil.
Yes, you're a rational human being.
That's kind of like my overall point, though. Is like it's so crazy that it's so crazy that as soon as there's even a slight difference, like I was always raised to just respect people's beliefs and respect people's opinions and stuff like that. You don't have to subscribe to them, but respect them because we're all, treat other people how you want to be treated. That was like always how I was raised.
Crazy, just fucking stupid. Somebody posted screenshots in our chat right here in the live chat, and they're mad at Wendigoon because of his username.
They're talking about like his old one before Wendigoon.
What was his old one?
No, they're talking about Wendigoon. They're saying Wendigoon.
Oh, the current one? I thought that was
as well.
I thought it was the other one talking about like, well, actually, he has these ties back to this hate group because of his old username.
What's the old one?
Yeah, the Boogaloo Boys, Boogaloo Boys or something.
Boogaloo Boy.
That's a fun one.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Jackson, this is a nothing. This is a non-existent anything. I don't know what this is to you.
What do you mean?
Smismus Yawi says people are coming after you for your cultural appropriation. Literally just rename your channel. It's not that hard.
I didn't create this movement. What are you coming at me for?
No, not you. I'm just
saying
reading the screenshots.
No, Andrew.
I wasn't attacking you.
Oh, because this is the opinion of like, what, at most 30 people for a guy who has an audience of 3 million? Like, it's nothing. It's just actually nothing.
That one has 4K likes. This is enough.
But it's 4K compared to 3 million. You're always going to find haters in groups of people that popular. Look at us.
Ankle
we get
biters.
shit like that all the time. Who cares? It's nothing.
No, but 4K people, I like liking him. 4K people doing this and subscribing to that opinion that this guy is bad because he's a Christian and because his name is Wendigoon and reasons like that. It's like, I don't know. That's like so many people.
That sounds like
hating
looking
someone
for
very little
excuses.
reason.
Yes, and in the long run, it's really not that many people. And when you grow an audience that size, one of the things you have to learn is to ignore that kind of shit because it's going to happen no matter what you do.
What, though?
Well, I'm not the one under flack, so he probably is ignoring. I'm just saying that it's an annoying amount of people from my perspective that don't allow opinions.
Any amount of people with that perspective is an annoying amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just
you have to let the internet.
Annoying. 4,000 of them is annoying, but still, they're just ankle biters. Ignore these people. They're children. It's literally just a bunch of 14-year-olds.
Yeah, you have to let them bitch and whine and moan because in 2 weeks they're going to completely forget about that thread even existing. That's how it works. They make a thing.
Choose their next popular target.
Yeah.
It's literally choosing popular thing. And here's my controversial take on why popular thing is actually awful.
And it gets likes because, and also people like it for non-related reasons. Think how many people like that post because they just don't like his channel and it has nothing to do with him as a person. Probably a good number. It's irrelevant. That whole thread means nothing.
I think there's a dangerous level here that if it keeps growing and stuff like that, like people see the tweets and just immediately start believing
and talking about it on a podcast with hundreds of thousands of viewers is only going to help it grow. Jackson, why didn't you just ignore it?
What do you mean? I'm not I'm not saying people should hate him. I'm providing the other.
But you're giving it attention. And now people are going to search out the thread and either keep talking about it or go, you know what, I do agree with that thread and like it. You're only providing it numbers. And on the internet, that's what matters.
It is just some little kids, though. And I think we say that enough where we don't lend support to the attention that they crave.
All right, back to shit then.
I think what it is, Jackson, is you're worried about friend of the show Wendigoon, and you're worried he'll get canceled or something will come out of it.
Well, no, the support for Wendigoon was like 50x what that, like 4 or 5 hate threads or whatever.
I'm not worried about his longevity. I've said it about 6 times. It's an annoying belief system. It's an annoying adherence to, if your opinion differs from me, I hate you and I will do whatever I can to destroy your life. That's what I've said multiple times now. I just hate that opinion, and seeing it in any form and to the level of popularity that it is online is annoying to me. That's all I've said.
Yeah, it's annoying to everybody. But you also said he was getting canceled, which, I mean, he really wasn't.
Okay, well, I used a term incorrectly then at the very beginning. I
wouldn't even say they tried. They just shared, like, this guy's actually bad. He's incel bad, man.
No, all right, I disagree with that. They didn't cancel him, but I think the attempt was still to cancel him. They still wanted to do him damage.
Incel bad man is my favorite JoJo's character. It's a great name.
Best Kojima character.
Best Kojima character. God damn it, I said JoJo's. I should have said Kojima. Incel bad man, the newest villain in Death Stranding 2.
Best Kojima character is Shitman, so why don't you tell us about it?
All right, I'll talk about shitting
Andrew.
finally. I would love to open the topic. I don't know if we've talked about this specifically, probably have in roundabout terms, but I have a story from my excursion this weekend, and I'd like to open the floor to you guys as well. Do you have weird public bathroom stories?
Nope.
Okay, so y'all can think about that, and I'll rattle off mine.
Just being awkward.
Yeah. So I went to Chicago this weekend for a whole bunch of fucking holiday garbage. And I went to the conservatory, I think it's called, the Garfield Conservatory. It's basically a giant indoor greenhouse and garden. There's like all different plants from all around the world. It's a very relaxing, nice place. Side note, it's also very, very popular with lesbians, because we saw just tons and tons of lesbian couples there, including one that was getting their wedding photos taken there. Don't know why. If you're a lesbian in Chicago and want to make friends, go to the conservatory. It's very good. Doesn't matter. So I had to do what everyone does at the conservatory, and I had to take a shit. Just massive shit. So I went into the bathroom, and there's really only one in the place, at least in the front, where like everyone enters to visit. It might have been more, I don't know. But the point is, it was a smaller bathroom and only had one toilet. And a couple of urinals, but one toilet. So I go in there and I'm shitting. And it's not great. It's a long shit. It's not pleasant. It's not simple. It's a deliberately long shit. So I'm kind of in there a little longer than normal, but not crazy. Not a ridiculous amount of time. And while I'm in there, all of a sudden I hear a voice in the bathroom. And this guy goes, "Hey man, you up in there in the bathroom, can you hurry it up? There's other people who got to use the bathroom." Which I think is already kind of weird. Like, not the way to approach this, because I'm taking a shit. What do you want me to do? You know? Like,
don't rush me.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Like, if poop is actively coming out of my butthole, what do you want me to do here?
Reach up there and pull it out.
Pinch it off.
It's my fault. I should have fisted myself on command.
How many toilets were there?
No, just one. Just one. So I get why you said something. I get...
You were hogging it.
No, yeah. So I get it. I do get it. I wasn't like, what are you fucking talking about? I get it. So I just said to him, "Oh yeah, man, I'm almost done." Like, I'm like, I hear you. I'm almost done. Just give me a sec. I'm almost done. So he keeps going. He just keeps going. He's standing there in the bathroom going, I don't know, man. You're just sitting there not really doing anything. And you're sitting on there for a long time. And you're just like taking up the whole bathroom, man.
Was he like peeking under? Like
I was worried he was going to start doing that.
Banging on the door.
Yeah, he's like ranting at me in the bathroom while I'm trying to take the shit. So at this point, I very much just want the conversation to end so I can just finish shitting and leave, which, you know, is what we both want. So I say to him, all right, man, I got you. I'm almost done. I got you. Like
So it sounds like he was like boosting you up, like encouraging you.
I know. I wanted to, in the most casual way, explain to him, look, shut up. Like, I get it. I understand. So I specifically say the phrase, all right, man, I got you. I understand. And that just makes him more pissed. And he goes, oh, you don't got me, bro. You don't got me. You don't got anybody here.
Jesus.
At that point, fuck him. I would have just stayed in there for as long as possible.
I know. What do you want me to do?
You can't. You feel so vulnerable when you're pooping too. Because like, even at home, I'm sure all of you guys have felt this when you're like pooping and you think, oh, what if like a home invader came in right now?
I get that when I'm showering. It's like, this is the worst time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm naked. My balls are exposed. I would die. This is horrible.
No, showering's bad, yeah. Shitting's bad, but sleeping is like the worst. And that's like 10 hours when you're, 8 hours when you're completely out, vulnerable.
Yeah, but at
That's
least you're clothed.
Yeah.
At least you're clothed. Yeah.
The home invaders could come in and strip you. Well, actually,
if they break in during a shower, though, you're
so.
soaking wet and you might just slip on floor tiles and kill yourself while you're trying to run.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Or maybe the home invader won't be able to get into you either, though, because it's all wet and shit. So maybe it's the safest place.
You'll all be sliding around like a Home Alone movie.
Yeah. Maybe it's the safest place.
So anywho, I tell him, yeah, I got you. And that just pisses him off and he's ranting even more. And so I finish. It's not much longer after that, after he's just going on his tirade, that I'm actually done. So stand up, do my, whatever. And I walk out of the stall. And he's standing by the door, seemingly blocking the entrance for anyone else to come in, as if he's like, no, I'm next, my turn. And I look on the ground, and he's got a plastic shopping bag filled with Tupperware full of food. And I'm just wondering, is this guy trying to eat a meal in the bathroom? But anyway, like he was very clearly weird, just super duper weird. So as I'm walking out, I wash my hands, and then I look at him and I say, oh, it's all yours. And he shoots me this fucking death glare. Like I'm the worst human being alive. Like he just was ready to punch me. And then I just leave and I'm like, what the fuck? And that was my weird Chicago bathroom story of the world's most flippant man about the bathroom.
Weird.
Do you think he actually ate in there? Inhaling your ass?
I don't know. I doubt it.
You should have stuck around just to see, like, just to hear if he did.
Yeah, you should have hassled him.
Yeah.
That's going to keep you awake at night, wondering if you went in there to eat.
Oh, God, I should. So while he was shitting, I should have gone back. I should have gone back while he was shitting and be like, hey, man, how long are you going to be? I got to go again. You got me? I got you. You got me?
So I'm conflict averse, so I would have done the exact same thing as you, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would have been extremely funny if you just stuck your ground and just stayed on the shitter for as long as possible. Just made him super uncomfortable. Just really like get passive aggressive.
It wasn't even. I didn't for a second feel a pang of like, oh God, or embarrassment or anything. I was just like, what do you want me to do? I'm in the middle of shitting. There's nothing to be done here. You can bitch all you want. Nothing's gonna change.
Did you tell him that? Did you try to debate him?
No, I just brushed it off the whole time because I'm in Chicago, a place where people aren't typically very friendly. I just didn't want anything to come of it, so I just kept being like, all right, yeah, I got you, I hear you, okay, yep, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't kill me.
Yeah, don't stab me.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. I forget about how dangerous that is. But yeah, you should have you should have, as soon as he demanded the second time, like you got really aggressive about it or whatever, you should have been like, oh yeah, okay, stood up and just walked out with your pants down,
Shit
shitting
on the
behind
floor.
you, leaving a trail of shit. Yeah.
I should have
really
shit
ruined
on
it.
the toilet seat and walked away.
Yeah, don't even flush.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
So I wanted to
What a
open the
lunatic.
forum to you guys. If you, I don't know if we've talked about weird public restroom stories like that.
I just don't
No.
think I have anything.
Mm.
Yeah, I try avoiding using public restrooms as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think so. Kaya?
Yeah. No, it's
Nothing?
not fun. I mean, I've told you guys about that moment when I almost killed myself, I guess, but that was at home, having a bowel obstruction of some sort and having to
Yeah, that
call
was at
the
home.
ambulance.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The hospital shitting story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard that.
Yeah.
I guess the closest one I can think of is when I was at a restaurant. I went to go to the toilet, and the male toilets there were super weird because, like, you couldn't see any nudity or whatever, but the entire wall was like translucent, so people from outside could see into the bathroom, but not the actual, obviously not the toilet cubicles themselves. So I thought it was like really fucking weird. Like you just watch people washing their hands after they went to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't like that. That was really weird. Like you come out from the toilet and you just see the entire restaurant full of people.
Yeah. Are those the ones where you flip on the light and they dim themselves out?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like an artful. Kind of
If that's kind of what you're talking about, there's some restaurant I went to where the glass would like become opaque when you flip the lights on, so you can see through it normally, but when you turn the lights on, it changes the glass and you can't see through it, and it just always freaked me the fuck out. I always thought it was just weird. Didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really uncomfortable. Like even if the glass is like super opaque, but you can just see like the silhouettes inside, that's still uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I hate that. Shitting should be an entirely like removed from reality kind of thing. Like you go into a room that's just devoid of any connection to the outside world, like a liminal place just for shitting. I don't want any kind of connections to the outside world in that state.
Why do we still build buildings with public restrooms and the stalls do not reach the ceiling and the floor? Why do we not just finish that?
Why is there always like a 2-foot gap below and above?
Yeah.
It's got to be money. It's just got to be saved money.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like ventilation, maybe.
Oh, wait, interesting. Maybe.
Chet says to escape a fire.
Is that it?
It doesn't
really
let you escape a fire. All it does is like let little like 14-year-old boys peek over the walls and laugh at you as you're trying to pee and poo.
How often does that happen? What?
All throughout high school, Charlie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about now.
Yeah. Every time Kaya goes out, kids just follow him around.
Have you seen the average American? How many of them are going to be able to climb over that stall or squeeze underneath it during a fire? Like 0%. Come on.
Yeah,
Not
that's
gonna
not
happen.
happening. But still, that's
Did you
the
guys
same
have
question of like
during high school? During high school, we had the we did have a like frequent shitter who would leave like giant turds in the fucking piss troughs. You know, like the urinal wall things. Did you guys ever have that?
No,
Nope.
believe it or not.
They had to do like a whole school investigation to figure out who it was.
And they hired a special counselor to watch you all go to the bathroom to make sure you didn't poop in it.
No, there was legitimately like a toilet guard who would have to stand by the toilet and like check.
toilet.
Wow. You had yourself a supervillain.
Yeah. Normally kids want to be the hall monitor, but I want to be the toilet guard.
It happened like 6 or 7 times. Like I think he just like left a giant fucking log in the trough. I think he was coming in after school or something to leave one behind. I don't know, because there was toilet guards at some point, so he was still doing it after that.
Toilet guards.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's my class in Baldur's Gate 3, the toilet guard.
Cleric, knight, and toilet guard.
Did you ever end up catching him, or did he get away with it?
I don't remember. No, it was my final year of high school. So I think it. I don't think we got a concrete answer. Plus,
got
I don't
away
think
with
like
He's still out there.
if the school caught him, I don't think they would have told us either to preserve his identity. He was a masked supervillain.
The pooping bandit.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted to turn him into a martyr and cause other people to start shitting in the urinal.
So you don't want copycat crime.
Oh man.
Oh god, that's so fucking dumb.
I haven't really done much this week to have a real life topic. I went to a concert. I went to an old emo concert.
Oh,
that was fun.
How nice.
Yeah, I don't usually go to concerts. That was kind of cool. I felt really bad for the bands though, because the group was like on the older side of things, since it was all like emo music we grew up with. So it was all like 40-ish, late 30s, early 40s, and none of them really moved around much. So I was kind of just sitting there hypnotized watching the bands, which is kind of a shame because I like to dance. So I was kind of going fucking hog wild, surrounded by people who thought I was weird for doing it.
Oh, you were one of those people.
You reminded me of a similar story. I saw Devin Townsend, or I believe earlier this year, and it was in a auditorium that had seats bolted into the floor. So it was a heavy metal show with like really banging bands like Animals as leaders playing really intense, high fucking octane stuff. But everyone had to stay in their seats because they're bolted to the floor. So it was really weird. Oh man, it was great. It was a great show, but you could tell everyone was kind of like, this is not the venue for this kind of show. It's just not great. Yeah.
I guess to expand on that, Andrew, when you and I went to that concert a long time ago with Necrogoblicon and Ailstorm, I can't. Do you remember if people like danced during it, or did they also just sit around hypnotized?
I don't know, man. But when I went to Ailstorm again sometime much later, people just got plastered. That was the thing you did at Ailstorm. It didn't matter if you were dancing or standing around or moshing or doing what the fuck ever. The whole thing that people did there was just drink way too much and use that as an excuse to be assholes to everyone around them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't really go to concerts, so I guess I was just kind of surprised to see that no one was really there dancing. It's like they just sat there really uninterested.
So most of the shows I go to are metal, so people don't really dance, but they start mosh pits and like circle pits and shit. So they kind of get rowdy. They roughhouse.
Yeah, but you can still dance to metal, like headbanging and shit like that. Like it's pretty easy to do. From
what I see, people mostly kind of groove. They like get into the music. They bob their head. You know, they headbang. They shift around a little bit. I don't think people really dance at those kind of shows.
I guess when I say dance, I'm being like really loose with it. Like there was no movement at all. It looked like the scene in iRobot with all the Sunny clones standing in like isolation.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I think it depends on the show.
I just felt so bad for the bands because they did a great performance.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Jackson, weren't you going to K-pop concerts?
Yeah, I went to that at the start of the year. Yeah, it was fucking insane.
Do they headbang?
Did they headbang? No, it wasn't Blackpink. It was Stray Kids.
Boo.
It was like a 3.5 hour show. I was so impressed by it. Like the stamina of the performers and stuff like that. It was so methodical and over the top. And the fucking audience ate every single thing up. It was crazy. Like,
how many people were in the band? Did they have like 17 or some ridiculous number?
It's like no, it wasn't that much, but it was like 7 or 8. It was a lot.
Oh, okay.
I spent the entire time, like the entire 3.5 hours, trying to like learn their names, like trying to figure out who was who and who would come up at different times, because they obviously weren't all out there at the same time. They'd take it in like shifts. Basically, like 2 of them would come out and sing a song, and then I would just like ask my girlfriend who they were, and then I'd try to remember it. And then every time they would come out, I'd be like, "That's him," and then she'd be like, "Yes, good boy."
I was the same exact fucking way. Back when K-pop was first exploding in the, I don't know, early 2010s, when it was first like really launching off, my friend had a younger sister who was obsessed, of course, and she would watch everything BTS, just like the BTS sleepover and the BTS interview and the BTS playing at the arcade and all that shit. and she would just watch it on the big TV in the living room. And I'd always try to remember one just so I could participate. And the one I remember is Jungkook. And every time Jungkook did anything, I'd be like, Jungkook, my boy! That's my guy! And he's the only one I remember ever since.
From BTS, I think that's the same one that I would always remember as well.
He's the best one! He's the coolest one! Everyone loves Jungkook.
Yeah, no, it was. It was Jungkook as well, yeah.
Yeah, Jungkook, buddies!
We did the same thing.
Fucking love Jungkook.
What does Jungkook do? Does
Nothing.
he just sing or dance? What?
I don't know. I don't remember.
They all sing and dance.
I do remember during the BTS
what
sleepover.
makes Jungkook special?
Oh, he was from what I remember, he would like dance them. He would be like a central dancer. Like you always knew when he was dancing because it would really like focus on
The
him.
reason I fell in love with him, it was love at first sight, is I watched the BTS sleepover with her, like just to be like, all right, let's see what all this K-pop stuff's about.
Oh, that's so cute.
And the BTS sleepover is they get in this giant empty white room and it's very creepy, and they give them sleeping bags and literally go, okay, you're having a sleepover, pretend you're all friends and care about each other. And they put the sleeping bags on little like cots just to like make them more comfortable, and Jungkook rolls over in his sleep and falls out of it and plops on the fucking floor. And I was like, that guy's a goober. That's my favorite. And that's the only thing I remember about him. I don't know anything about what he does in the band or if he's even the best one or not. I just remember he's a fucking goof.
Cute. I think people think Jimin's the best one out of them.
That sounds familiar. That might be a guy in BTS. Yeah, you might be right.
I'll be honest. I enjoyed the concert. Like it was an interesting experience. And
it's hard not to have fun at a concert, even if you don't like the band performing. The atmosphere is just so fun.
Except Ailstorm, they do a very good job of not being fun.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I've told you about that, Charlie, where I've gone to Ailstorm twice, and both times it's just they play for way too long. Like they should wrap up 4 songs before they do.
Yeah, well, it's also their music. It's an acquired taste,
and the crowd is nothing but people whose entire lives are I drink beer, and then when I'm done with that, I go drink a beer, and my hobbies include drinking beer, and it's like, oh god,
so alcoholics, nice.
Yeah, very much.
I don't know if you guys know or not. I can't remember if I told you, but I actually am seeing Taylor Swift in February, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, good old Tay-Sway, good for you.
That sounds so fun.
That does sound great.
I think it's gonna be insane. Like it's gonna be a life-changing.
How much
Jackson,
did it?
I'm right up front. By the way, I'm in the fucking
Holy
stage
shit.
section or whatever.
Those might be like $5,000 tickets.
I was gonna ask how much it cost.
No. It was I think $1,000 all up for both myself and my girlfriend.
That's shockingly affordable.
Wait, no way, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were about that price over here. Yeah.
No, I think you've got to be misremembering. Those tickets are expensive.
I had pre-show tickets. I could check.
When did you book this? How many months?
Oh, as soon
advance?
as it was 8 months ago. It was a birthday present for my girlfriend.
That makes sense.
Like we stayed up for like 16 hours in like the pre-show queue or whatever. We had like 9 monitors on, 9 computers trying to get in.
Oh my god!
And we got in.
That sounds about right.
I think it was
Fucking
like
lucky.
$1,000. Yeah.
I want to go to a
didn't you go
T-Swift
to
concert so bad. Well, no, I went outside of one and drew portraits for people, but I want to like actually go to a concert. I didn't have a ticket, Jackson. They'd kill me.
Oh, come on. You've got like...
Oh, I remember you telling us about this. The whole stadium was full of them. Jackson, are you going to be a Swiftie now?
Oh, yeah. I've got to be a Swiftie on the night. Otherwise, I'll be crucified. I will be killed in the audience if I don't fucking sing along or whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah, you need to go crazy though, Jackson. Like if you don't have videos of you just going fucking ballistic into like blank space or something, then you did it all wrong.
Yeah. Could you wear a GoPro for us?
Yeah. Do like a GoPro.
I don't think you can.
Do a fan cam of Taylor. Just follow her everywhere she goes with your phone.
Yeah. Wait, be the fan cam guy.
Yeah.
Oh, she has that bodyguard too, who's like John Wick, basically. Have you guys seen that video of his her bodyguard just staring down the audience?
No, I haven't seen that.
Shot so fast.
Yeah,
I did read something kind of cool though about like her staff. Like apparently she pays her staff so much money. Like during the Eras tour, she gave them so much that bodyguard was probably making 6 figures a night just to stare people down like that.
God damn.
Yeah, that's good. That's good and all, but
No,
I mean, that just
good.
goes to show how much money she's making.
Yeah,
like that she can afford to do that
crazy.
easily.
I mean, she's a
Did you see-
billionaire by now.
Yeah, she's made $1 billion from the events themselves. Like by the time this Eras tour is done, that tour alone would have generated a few maybe not a few billion, but $1 billion probably.
She just this year crossed over into billionaire, so you know, even with whatever she gets from that, she's already there.
Yeah, when you go, Jackson, make sure to congratulate her.
Shake her hand on stage personally. Don't let bodyguards stop you.
I'll storm the stage. Did you guys see? So she's always been like a kind of like outspoken against like global warming and shit like that. Did you see how much fucking CO2 emissions she spent in her private plane flying to see her boyfriend?
It's
just over the last like 3 months or something, right? It was something like 12 trips, which is the equivalent of like like most people, like hundreds of people's entire lives worth of CO2 emissions or some shit.
Yeah, love it. Love the hypocrisy from the ruling class.
The one like that I will always laugh at for the rest of my life. I believe it's Paul McCartney. It was some other famous musician, but back when hybrid cars were starting to be a thing, he was like, I'm going to get a hybrid and save the planet. And he flew it to where he lives on a jet. And the emissions that jet caused are more detrimental than any that will be saved by that car in his entire lifetime.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, they just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Just fly first class. It's probably cheaper and also like more effective for the environment or whatever. If you're gonna like,
no,
it's the worst.
Jackson, I still want to see you get torn apart like chicken nuggets by a bunch of 17-year-old white girls. So attend the Swiftie party.
I don't want to do that.
She got the plane for privacy more than anything.
Yeah. Also, I found the article. It's from 3 days ago. 138 tons of CO2 just in trips back and forth to see her boyfriend.
Good for her.
Okay, so does this sound more? Does this sound more right? I found the ticket prices. I got a VIP package. I got Karma is my boyfriend, 2 of them for me and my girlfriend. So we get 1 phenomenal A reserve floor ticket, well, 2 of them. Special set of 4 Taylor Swift prints. Exclusive Taylor Swift VIP merchandise, the Eras Tour VIP tote bag, VIP Tour laminate and matching lanyard.
Who cares?
For $900 each. So it was $1,800 all up. It sounds like
that's a really great deal though.
Yeah,
for Taylor Swift.
I would have thought it'd be so much more. Yeah.
But that's like right on the stage.
Do you get like Taylor plushies? What's the merch?
I don't know.
It's probably a shirt would be my guess.
Do you think eventually
it's not for me?
Do you think eventually Taylor's going to start leaning into the Japanese idol phenomenon of obsession where she'll like have fans pay her to shake her hand and shit like that?
She wouldn't
Let's
need
call
to.
meet and greets.
No, but like so idols do a thing where they have coupons and they go, "Oh, you cashed in a handshake coupon. You can hold my hand for 2 minutes," and they time it. And then when it's over, they go, "Thank you so much for using your hand coupon." Like that, do you think Taylor's going to be so?
No, Taylor Swift would need to charge probably like $200,000 for that to make sense for her economically.
Yeah,
for the time
to hold hands.
Yeah,
maybe if she like actually got to be the shogun of Japan, then she would consider it.
They reinstate the shogunate just to make Taylor Swift the top. I love that. That's awesome.
Taylor Swift's audience is definitely the scariest though out of any audience online. I think they are vicious.
Yeah.
Like so what we're talking about opinions before, Taylor Swift's audience, I love Taylor Swift. I will take your opinions entirely because you guys are dangerous.
I will agree with you. She makes incredibly catchy music. I don't care if she's purely a writer's room at a big label or not. Her chorus is fucking bang. They know what to do.
Yeah, she's her probably the best artist in our lives.
Like Blank Space was my jam for a while, but now Antihero, I think that song's fucking fantastic.
I mean, to be fair, I have known Jackson Clarke for 5 years, and he's the biggest Swiftie I know.
Oh, Yeah.
I'm repping you. It's okay. I'm defending you. Yeah.
I
Biggest
immediately went to danger.
Swiftie loves Taylor Swift.
You've known me for longer than 5 years as well. What happened to the
That's
like, 3
true,
years
yes.
before that 5 years? It's like 8 years.
Yeah. Always been a huge Swiftie.
Yep. Oh, ever
Plays
since
Taylor
ever
Swift
since
in Fortnite.
What was that first song that she played? I was old enough to be there for her country phase. What was the fucking one about her boyfriend in the window?
The boyfriend in the window.
Oh,
Yeah, the one where she's like holding up signs to her boyfriend across the road in the music video.
that's like all of her songs.
Fuck, what is that one? I know what you're talking about.
Like band.
I also know
I'm
what
in
you're
band
talking
camp. What is it? I'm in band. You're a jock. Something. You belong with me. That's it, right?
Yes, yeah,
Mm,
you belong with me.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
right?
one.
That's the one you're talking. That's the one with the signs in the window music video. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let me check if there's anything about Bandcamp or whatever. Yeah, but I've been here since the beginning. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, yeah.
See, when was that? That was 2008. I've been here since the beginning. Fuck you guys.
We all have.
Oh, that's not going to be on the
Damn.
recording, is it, Kaya?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm
Because
recording
our
it,
show
but
would be destroyed.
it's up to you to put it in there.
We'd be sued. We're listening
We're
to
gonna get
Taylor Swift
sued
in the
out the
background
ass.
right now. Oh man.
Taylor's gonna send her executioners after us.
We're going to get necks snapped on camera.
She's going to be touring for a long time, I'm assuming. She'll do a tour after Errors, probably, because this is just so lucrative. She'd be
Yeah.
crazy not to. We should all go together. I'll fly over to America and let's go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
I'm
like that.
so down.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be super fun.
Yeah. We'll go fucking wild.
Speaking of fun little goofy concerts, there's a list. Kai, can you turn that down a little bit?
Sorry.
It's all right. Speaking
Too catchy.
of
We're going to start
speaking
dancing.
of big artists and concerts and all that shit, there's this list that came out. I don't think it was that long ago, might have been, but they found a list of how much it takes to hire an artist for a private concert, just a private venue,
Yeah.
bring them in, and obviously, like the big names are all $500,000 and over, et cetera, et cetera. I thought this would be relevant to you, Charlie. You know the band Alien Ant Farm?
Yeah, of course. Smooth
can,
Criminal.
Yeah. You can get them for just $10,000
To do a private show.
Yeah, to do a private show. They cost $10,000 per private show for Alien Ant
Just
Farm.
make them play Smooth Criminal on repeat for the hour.
But what else do they have? I feel like they had maybe one more song. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe we do.
They
that
did
annual-
the Smooth Criminal cover, and then they had one other big hit, and I think that was it.
That'd be so mean to just have them play that.
It's that in Movies are their two big
Yeah.
songs. I don't remember Movies though.
I barely remember it. I know the name. That's about it. But there's some
That's
interesting
still a
ones on this
thing?
list that are more affordable than you'd think. Andrew WK is 20 grand. That's really not bad.
Not bad.
No. Trying to find like the more affordable ones. One that surprised me with how old he is and how long it's been going. 50 Cent is minimum $250,000 for a private concert.
That's cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
For 50 Cent.
That's not
He's been
much.
going super long, super well known, still touring, and yet what, quarter of a
Yeah, but
million?
at the same time, imagine getting paid $250,000 for putting on like a private show for an hour. That's insane returns.
Now this
He
list
just went to
might
some
be
candy shop or whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't he like 70 years old?
yeah,
He's pretty old
He's
now,
like
yeah.
40 something, I think, almost 50. This list might be a little old because they have Kanye West listed at 400,000 to 600,000.
Oh my god, yeah, that's very outdated.
Yeah, that's out of date. But this came from a major publishing and record label kind of like performance company. So I think it's legit for the time.
Speaking of celebrities, though, before we wrap here, did you guys want to make any predictions on who about who's on Jeffrey Epstein's
The
list
Epstein
that's
list?
about to be released in January? Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I don't believe that at all.
Believe what?
You don't believe the list?
Because it's like 3 years too late, and I do not trust them enough to release an unredacted list.
What if they just put their enemies on there? Like the deep state put their enemies on the list, and now people are just going to blindly believe it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like why not? Why didn't this happen when the guy killed himself? Why now?
Did you? So I read about it. Apparently, a ton of people fought tooth and nail to keep their names off of the record, like as being clients of Epstein, and this is them finally losing that battle.
So
at least according to what I read.
Which makes sense.
So the people,
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't it obvious that those people that fought tooth and nail would be on the list, though?
Well, they were, but they fought to have their names redacted from public record on it. Apparently, according to the article I read, like the people that are being named here are ones that already went through laborious legal trouble to keep their names off, but now they're finally just going to unseal.
The legal lawsuits would have had to have been private then, because otherwise it would have been obvious that they were on the list, right? Or did they do it through like shell things?
I have no idea. I imagine it had to be private somehow.
Well, the judge did say that some of the people on the list did, fight it publicly, so that's why she wants to release it. But also, it's still, if there were like 203 people on the list, and you release the list and there's 201 names, that's what I'm thinking. Like, why? It's just too late. Too little too late,
Do we know? Well, still, it'll be a fun day. I want to see the list.
Yeah, I mean, it's still... comes out. Yes, I want it released. It's still a good thing. Just saying, I don't really trust it.
Yeah, I get it. Who do you guys think is going to be on there, though? Oh, wait. We already know that Bobby Kotick's on the list, right?
Yeah, these are going to be new names. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if they release the unredacted list or whatever and Bobby Kotick's on there, then isn't that kind of proof that the list is real?
Well, it's only 150. It's 150 new names, I think. So it's people that weren't previously on the list, I believe.
You think it's just going to be like boring businessmen that we don't know?
I don't know. I think it's going to be celebrities. I was doing predictions on stream last night. I was looking for wackier ones. I think the two that would be most interesting is Joe Rogan and Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks I could see, yeah. But Joe Rogan, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think Joe Rogan was like big enough at the time.
Joe Rogan's been big for a while. Plus, the Epstein flights operated for a long time. Like, it's not like it's that old.
That's.
Do you have it? Do you have any actual predictions? Any of you for someone who would be
the
like
easy ones are like Elon Musk and shit like that.
Yeah.
No, if it was Elon Musk, they already would have dropped that name.
It's they have the picture of them and Ghislaine Maxwell, right? So it seems pretty easy.
Yeah, for photobombing him. That's not enough. That's my point. Like, if they had more, they would have already told us.
Maybe.
Probably Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates probably.
See, Bezos?
For sure. But didn't Bill Gates literally divorce his wife because she was sick of him going to Epstein Island or something?
Yeah, well, I don't know about sick of going to Epstein Island, but she did divorce him suspiciously close to the events of when Epstein stuff came out.
Yeah,
so it's hard. I don't know. Yeah, I want to see some crazy names though. I want to see like ex-presidents and stuff like that.
Well, ex-presidents are easily going to be on there, like Bill Clinton,
Donald Trump.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton,
all of them.
Yeah.
I would wager Trump is 100% going to be on there even before the presidency with all his business shit.
Trump, Bill, Bush, all of them. Yeah, for sure.
Do you think there'll be any YouTubers on there?
PewDiePie.
No, definitely not wealthy enough to have made it.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He's on there. He's got a fucking frequent flyer point.
He's in the gold members club.
That'd be so fucking funny.
Somebody in chat said Boogie. That would be funny, but I don't think we're gonna be that lucky.
EDP's going to be on the list after his 9th comeback. It's going to ruin the whole thing.
I can't. He's been caught like 6 times. I can't believe he's not in prison.
The dude is like caught for the worst fucking thing ever, and he goes, "Here comes my comeback. I'm gonna just ignore all of it and come back." And then he's caught for the worst thing ever again, and it just keeps happening.
He keeps doing it because no one's putting him away. Like, he's being encouraged to do it at this point. It's like, well, nothing goes wrong. Someone put him in jail, please. You can't keep getting away with this. So no actual predictions though. No one's got any predictions there before we wrap.
Jungkook from BTS.
No.
As much as it pains me to say.
He's the only one I remember.
I'll go the easy route. Bill Gates. That's it.
No, that's so easy.
I'm going the hard route, Joe Rogan.
I know it's lazy, but that's my pick, I guess.
Do you think Kanye West
Easy
will be on
there?
Most likely.
Could be.
Possible.
All right.
He's insane enough.
We'll find out. There's a lot of people. That's going to do it for this episode of the official podcast. Thank you all for joining us and hearing about our shit stories and stuff like that. I hope you all had a pleasant time. And we've got a Patreon at patreon.com/theofficialpodcast if you want bonus episodes and early access to content. And big shout out to Red Thread. Oh, did you guys hear, Andrew and Kai, did you guys hear that we hit number 2 on the Spotify charts for Red Thread? Out of all the podcasts,
yeah, because I hit number 1.
We were sucking on the nutsack of Joe Rogan. It was like right behind him. We were super close. So yeah, if you haven't listened to Red Thread, go listen to it on Spotify or this YouTube channel. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. We talk about cryptids, conspiracies, cults, that kind of stuff. Basically true crime.
The KKK, my favorite.
The CCC.
Oh, they start with C. Oops, I was thinking of something else. My bad.
Yeah, and then also Criminally Stupid with Kai and myself is doing fantastic, and you guys are all enjoying it. So highly recommend that show as well. It's on YouTube and Spotify as well. Links below. A lot of fun. What did we talk about last time? There was a house, a predator that was like Dr. House. Yeah, super depressed. Yeah, it was really fucking weird.
It was still fun to talk about. The guy was all like, I don't want to molest you. I don't even feel like molesting you. And then he still kind of ended up wanting to molest the kid.
Yeah,
it's
fun. Just like
criminally stupid.
It was obviously a grooming tactic. Go check it out. It's in the YouTube's links below. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye,
everyone. Thank you.